Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to start our day one SQL challenge. And this tutorial is basically for us to run through those challenge questions and how to answer it very effectively. So these are the questions that we have in our SQL challenge. So we have these questions based on the basically question. We have a basic question, we have intermediate level questions, we also have the advanced level questions. So and this is the data set. This is the data set being given to us, which is Moniepoint company data set, transaction data set. So and as you can see, the file is in a Z document. You have to save it as CSV file. So before you can load it into SQL, I mean. So you have to save it as CSV file. So after saving it as CSV file, so you can now come here into your SQL. So you can use MySQL or Postgres, but today we are going to be using pgadmin4, which is Postgres for this. So first of all, you have to create your database. So after you create your database, you can call it Moniepoint. So like the way you see there now, this is Moniepoint underscore transaction. So underscore transaction, then you put this here. So now when you create your database, it's going to automatically build in your database you want to be working with. So but you can see it here. Actually, I've already created my own database. But if you are following this one, so let's proceed with that. I think I would love us to follow this. So that will be create database Moniepoint transaction. So when you build this finish, you run this. So it's going to run and it's going to return a message for you. So and here you will see your message. Maybe it runs successfully or it doesn't run successfully. You are going to see your message. So your query has run successfully, which shows that you have already built your first database in SQL. So you can come into this part to come and see your database. You can refresh this database so that you can see the database that you just created. So Moniepoint, let's go down. So this is the database. This is the database you just created, and you can connect to that database by clicking on it and click OK. So now we have this here. This is your Moniepoint database. So now you can come here and then let's cancel this. You have it here. So now that you have done with this, now you need to create a table. You need to create a table for your data set. So and for you to create your table, so you have to come into your data set here. So the data set you have here, look at the structure of how it is and the data type of each column. So when you check that, you can easily do that by highlighting your table. Click on the format here, auto fit row height, auto fit column width. So and it's going to spread your sheet for you. So let's build our table. You come into this part and write create table Moniepoint underscore transaction. So let's have Moniepoint underscore transactions. So we have it in what's it called? We have it in a plural form, this transaction, because we are building your table, so you have to be in a form of plural. So now let's come into this place and copy this column that we have here. So copy the head of your columns. Come into this place, paste it here. So now that you have this, you can just adjust those capital letters to small letter. So this one now, you just have it in ID. So and then you put the data type for every one of them. So this one is going to be Vaja which is your variable characteristics, is going to be varchar, which is your variable characteristics because it's in text format. So now if you look at the structure of your table here, look at the structure of your table. So look at this one, transaction ID. So it's combination of text and numbers. So that's why I use variable characteristics for the data type of that column. So you come here and put varchar. So after you put your varchar, you write primary key, because it's only one single table that we have. So now for the transaction date, you come here again, transaction date, this is going to, the data type for that one is going to be also date, comma. So now for this one, which is your transaction time, transaction underscore time. So you also add the data type for that one to be time, comma. So now for this one, which is your transaction type, transaction type. So we also have a data type for that too as well, which is going to be varchar, variable characteristics. So let's have it to be 50 in the length of the text that's going to contain that columns. So this one is going to be customer type. So your customer type is going to be varchar too as well, because what is going to be there is also text. You look at the structure of your table, see. So customer type is a text. So now we have done that. So the next thing is to put the length of the customer type characteristics are going to be there. So now we assign it to be 50. So this one is going to be your business category. Your business category also is going to be varchar too as well. It's going to be varchar, variable characteristics. So we assign the length of it because so the business, we look at it now, so it's kind of very long. You have supermarket, you have a supermarket. This one, the reason I'm assigning this just to if the text is longer, so it's counting the how many letters are inside each columns. So that's what this 150 that I'm putting here does. So now for the amount now, so amount is going to be, so this let's check the data type here. For the amount is decimal, so it's going to be decimal. So amount is going to be decimal. This is 10,2. So close the bracket, add comma here. So and then for the transaction fee, your transaction fee is going to also be decimal. So decimal, let's have decimal, open the bracket here. So decimal, let's say 12,2. So that's going to be the length of the decimal value, so that you are going to be half. So if it is 2 decimal places, you can put 2,2. If it is more than 2 decimal places, you can put 3 there, or 4 decimal places. But this our table this our column is 2 decimal places, about 0.09.18.69. So and the number before, which is your whole number, can be more than 12. That's why I put 12,2 here. So that is why we have that. So now for the net amount, so net amount is also going to be decimal. So net amount is going to be decimal. So and I'll assign that to be 12,200, comma, this one, comma, put comma here 2,000. So now for the channel status, so you have a space here too as well. So for the channel status too, you check your table. I think we have a channel difference and status difference. So now this is channel. So for your channel, it's going to be varchar. So and then for your this one too, it's also going to be voucher. So voucher 50 comma here. So this one too, voucher 50 comma, let me come back again, yeah, comma. So this one too, comma. So now let's go. So your channel, think, let me use 20 for this. Your status can be let me check it out. Let me check the status is like maybe it fail or it success, it fail or success, fail or success, fail or success. So it can be 20 in the length. So now failure reason for each transaction. So let's have that. The failure reason, because they can write the statement of their failure reason more. So let's just use voucher, then we have our length to be 255 of length of characteristics. So and then for this one is going to be terminal ID. So this is your terminal ID. So now for your terminal ID, we come here, so we put the value to be voucher variable characteristics, so 50. So and then for the agent ID, so agent ID is going to be voucher 2 as well, variable characteristic, put 50 there, comma, variable characteristic 50, then state, let's use small letter, state and city. So your state is going to be voucher 2 as well, voucher, your variable characteristics, comma, so and then city is going to be voucher 2 as well, voucher 50, then you put comma here. So now that you are done, I think this is the last one, right? Yeah, this is the last one. So now that you have done with your column, you can check it. Let's see what is there. So 50, okay, you stop as city. So now that you are done creating your table and the data type, you come and run this to see. So you come and run this to see your table. So there's a particular place here you don't have comma. So go through it. If there's any no comma in any place, so that you can check it through. So now that you have done with it, now done checking everything that is okay, so you can run it now to see your table. So our tables has run successfully. Create table queries return successfully. That means your table has run successfully, has been built successfully. Now next thing we need to do now is to be answering this question that we have here with this table. But before we answer that, we have to load our table into that table that we just created. So now go here into this part, into the Moniepoint this thing. So when you come here, you will see schema. So go down to the schema. If you are using pgadmin 4, so you see everything there. So you drop this one down, you see your table here. Then import your table now. So you can go here into your file, you click on the browse, so you click OK. So then you click OK here. So it's going to automatically load your table into pgadmin 4, and now your table is successfully loaded. So now that is successfully loaded, you can now come here into your, so you see process completed. That means your table are successfully loaded now. So let's come into your Postgres, your query so that you can now start to answer the questions. So now that you have built your table and you have finished the first step, so you can now start to answer these questions step by step in your pgadmin. Let me just copy the first question. Let me copy these questions here. So let me copy these questions here. So and have it being stated like this. So have all of them. so that it will be showing in script and not in query. So let's have all of them. All right, so the question has been showing in script now. So let's go to the first question. The first question says we should display, so it says we should display the all record from the data table. So for us to answer that, so you put this one, select from Moniepoint underscore transaction. So select from underscore transaction. So now this is your first query, and you can run this to see your table. So that means you want to show all the tables now. So the Moniepoint underscore transaction. Okay, is that what we call our tables? Okay, Moniepoint. So you see, this is our table, Moniepoint. So I think I made a mistake in the spelling, so that's why. So let's have it here. Select from Moniepoint transactions. So now that you have done this, you can now execute this. So we know that our table now is money points. So when you execute this now, you're gonna see your table showing up like this. So you can see this is your table, and that's why you have to, you see, the first question has been answered. So let's go to the next question. The next question says that we should show only transaction with transaction status successful. So for us to see only transaction with transaction show successful, select from Moniepoint underscore transaction. Moniepoint underscore transactions. So I think that's how we write our distance. So this filter where status is equal to successful. Where status is equal to successful. So now that you have done this, you can execute this too as well. So you can execute this, so to see your table. So now let's see. So let's see those people that have successful. So now those ones that have a status successful are the one that shows there. So these are the information for the people that are successful. They have a successful status of transaction. So you can see it's only successful that will be showing for you. No, nothing like not successful. All of those ones that they are this thing successful, so they will be the ones to show for you. And that's the second questions. So what they ask us to do. So and then for the third question, they say we should list all distinct transaction type. So for us to list all these distinct transactions type, right select distinct transactions. Let me write, I think, transaction types from Moniepoint underscore transactions transaction. So now we select distinct transaction type for Moniepoint underscore transaction. So this will give you the list of distinct transaction type. So now the transaction type that we have in my data set is bill payments, cash withdrawal, and bank transaction and POS. So these are the four transaction type that I have in this Moniepoint data set that we have with us. bill payment, cash withdrawal, bank transfer, and POS. So these are the 4 transaction platforms that we use to make our transaction. So now let's go to the next question. They said that we should list all distinct payment channels. List all distinct payment channels. So for us to see all distinct payment channels, so right, list, select distinct, channel. Select this channel from Moniepoint _transaction _transactions. So then let's execute this.